guys, welcome to Better Bachelor. My name's Joker with a face for radio and a voice for print. Today we're going to jump right into it. This story actually, there's two stories here. And this is kind of the reason I started my channel, is because of stories like this that just, they end up really, I guess I got to wait 30 seconds before I can drop my first curse word here on YouTube. They piss me off so much. They make me so angry because of the double standard. That if you call someone like Lizzo overweight or a big girl or whatever, you're slammed. If you make fun of anything, whether it's women or just you name it, you do it wrong, you're off the internet. You're just removed, yeeted out of society. But it's okay to make fun of men, period, at any cost. Well, that is especially if you're a white guy, but it's okay to make fun of men. And nothing happens to you. As a matter of fact, you can even trend on Twitter. You can go national and even lie about a guy just to get your digs into him. So no matter how much society tells you that they want men to open up and they want men to be emotional and they want men to be in touch with their feelings, the very second that you do as a man, especially the ones left-leaning, you know, all the feminists and the toxic men, blah, blah proponents, the minute you do and you show one little sliver of vulnerability, they're going to stick a blade right in there and twist. And we're going to talk about that. Before I jump in too deep, remember we are doing the Race for a Retreat, where you can either win Jeremy's supercar, which I do not want, or we can win some money to go towards a men's retreat. We're still in first place, but whoever MAGA 45 is came out of nowhere and came right up behind us within like a day or two. So they must have gotten a bunch of support. So if you would, please follow the links down below the video or pinned down below. Go over, either get a razor kit with Jeremy's Razors, support a great group of people over there at Daily Wire, or get even better, get a Daily Wire subscription. And not only will you support me, hopefully we can get a men's retreat, but you're supporting Gina Carano and Jordan Peterson, whose today's story is actually about, and a bunch of other independent content creators over there that the mainstream media hates because they tell the truth. All right, jumping into this. You'll see right here, trending in the United States is Dream Face Reveal. And I don't know who this creator is, but I looked into this a little bit. And it says a faceless content creator, Dream, who's primarily known for his Minecraft videos, does a face reveal in his latest video on YouTube. And trending also is he's ugly. So I looked this up. Now I'm not, again, I'm not into Minecraft. I'm not into this, but here's a young guy. And I looked this up. And here's what ticks me off. So this guy, I guess he hides his face. He does, and I guess he's got quite a few million views and followers and everything else. And you can see here that people are calling him ugly AF. Again, I'm doing this for YouTube, so I don't want to curse too much today. And people are goofing on this guy because he revealed himself. Now, look, I'm not saying that he's a great-looking guy, but he's certainly not ugly by any means. And again, I'll read some of these here. He's ugly. Thank effing God I didn't have to end myself. Dream stronger than me for real, because if I face revealed only for put the mask back on and he's ugly to be trending, immediately after I would never let myself see another day. Dream scrolling on Twitter, seeing put the mask back on and he's ugly trending. And Dream fans, this is your man. And they show this photo. And then, of course, lastly, I'll use this one. Put the mask back on, he's ugly. And they say flirting versus harassing. And they have Dream here and somebody else. With that dress looks sexy on you, flirting, that dress looks sexy on you, harassing, and the whole 9 yards. And, you know, what gets me about this is, you know, Twitter will remove things that are trending if they don't agree with it, because I've seen stuff with hundreds of thousands of things. And this isn't about whether you follow Twitter. It's not if you follow this guy, Dream. Again, I really don't care. The point is that here a guy puts himself in a vulnerable position, showing his face on the internet after, you know, years and years of not, and everybody shreds into them. They don't care if they're hurting his feelings. They don't care that they're putting down somebody for their looks. And remember, these are the people that are, oh, let's all be inclusive and all body shapes matter, and big girls are women too, and appreciate us for our looks and our bodies. And if you don't, you're a hater. They'll turn right around and hate on somebody else. And do they care if they hurt this guy's feelings? Do they care if this guy just, decides to tap out. No, not at all, because it's funny. But God forbid you do it to a woman or anybody else. And I just wanted to throw that onto the beginning of here because it's brand new. It just started trending this morning, but it really pissed me off. But here's the main story. And again, so Jordan Peterson goes on Piers Morgan, and he's talking about the incel community. And Piers Morgan kind of said some shitty things about incels. He said, oh, these desperate, cringy loser men or something like that. I don't remember his exact words. They may have it in one of these articles. But he was like, he was basically saying like incels are bad, are just bad guys. And what they do is they conflate all incels as one. So if you're a guy that's, maybe you're not having a good luck with women, but you move about your life, they're conflating you with the guys that didn't have any luck with women, wrote a manifesto and went out and ended people over it. You're all in the same pool. You're all in the same pool, which again is complete bullshit. But this is how they do it. And then when Jordan Peterson starts talking about this issue and saying, you know what, he teared up and he got very emotional. I'll read his quote, because he's like, aren't we supposed to help the weakest or the people, the men having problems in society? Why are we goofing on them? Why are we giving them a hard time? And he's supporting them, and he teared up over this. And again, the minute you show weakness to anybody, they're going to latch into it and exploit you for it. And even these headlines are wrong, because I watched the interview. It's very short. You can find it. I just didn't want to play it on here because of copyright. They always try to hit me for. Although I could show it and put it over on Locals. Actually, if you're watching this on Locals, guys, at the end of this video, I'll do a quick web search. I'll edit it in, and then we'll talk a little bit more about it. But I can't do it for YouTube. Anyway, they say from Yahoo News, Jordan Peterson tears up over being the inspiration for Chris Pine's "Don't Worry, Darling" villain. Nope, that's not why he teared up at all. But again, this is good clickbait. Another one from Uprocks. Jordan Peterson grew weepy over "Don't Worry, Darling" director Olivia Wilde calling him a hero to the incel community. Nope, that's not why he teared up. But again, the reason why I'm showing all these different articles is because of the clickbait headlines that really don't have anything to do with the actual story here. And they're just goofing on Jordan for showing a little bit of emotional vulnerability. Because this one says, did Olivia Wilde just make Jordan Peterson cry? No, he did not. And the thing is, what Piers Morgan actually said about these young men also kind of offended me. And again, I don't see it in any of these. They don't have the full transcript. I don't see it any here. But Piers Morgan was not talking very keenly about these men. I have a feeling if there were a bunch of women out there that were struggling in the dating world, that nobody wanted them, that they felt like they just wanted to find a good relationship, and maybe they were awkward, or maybe they didn't know how to talk to men, or maybe they, I don't know, just were undesirable for some reason. We'd call this a national crisis. We would be telling men, stop being so picky and lower your standards to a reasonable expectation, and all women are beautiful. But the minute that a guy maybe doesn't have any luck and decides to get a little butthurt about it, or decides to make a snarky comment about his well, it's his problem. He's the undesirables. And it infuriates me when they say, well, men should get more help and men should be more emotional. And the second you are, they just cut you down for it. This is from Newsweek. Ben Shapiro defends Jordan Peterson crying at Olivia Wilde's incel insult. Again, this is not true. This is not true, but this is one of the reasons why I like Daily Wire. Because, Ben Shapiro's a married guy. He's got, I think, 3 kids. He wants more. He's very religious. You've got someone like Jordan Peterson, an older guy who's a psychologist, I believe he is, and a doctor. And at least they're saying, hey, yeah, we need to support men, and yeah, we need to support families, and yeah, we need to kind of be reasonable here. They say Ben Shapiro and other right-wing political commentators have spoken out in support of Jordan's for crying over Olivia Wilde's recent incel comments, and that's not what he was crying about. But again, this is MSN, so what else do you expect? This is what Piers asked him. He said that Olivia Wilde's recent statement, which she referred to Peterson as the pseudo-intellectual hero to the incel community. And Peterson said he's simply trying to speak to the disaffected young men. And I know I'm kind of reading and overlapping here a little bit, but I want you to see how they write about us men when we have struggles and you do become emotional, because they will tear you apart. While the likes of Shapiro and Matt Walsh spoke out in his defense to their millions of Twitter followers, others mocked Peterson for his show of emotion. And so just to get this straight, Jordan Peterson is a very bad man because he tries to help young men who need guidance, Shapiro wrote on Friday. Olivia Wilde is a feminist hero because she hates Jordan Peterson, but also apparently creates an uncomfortable work environment for her female stars. And that's very much the double standard, of course. Ben also writes, it's true. The true reason so many people are angry at Jordan is because he says something true but unsayable. The sexual revolution has crippled men as well as women by depriving them of the roles and purposes that make life worth living, Shapiro wrote. Memes and jokes are being widely shared at Peterson's expense online while discussing the topic of the incel community and the accusations being made at him by Wilde with Piers Morgan. Peterson appeared to tear up twice. He says, I'm not a bad person, but I truly hope Jordan Peterson bawled when Lizzo blew the hell out of that flute, joked TV writer Emily Andras, referring to another pop culture moment that caused an outrage. Jordan Peterson crying about how Beavis and Butthead never got to score, joked another Twitter user, Tyler Madsen. And somebody else quotes, I'll tell you something, it's not so funny right now. Jordan Peterson is at home crying like a little girl, from Paul Michael Sagan. So at least they came, and I'm not going to read the whole thing, but at least they came out to his defense. But again, you can see the very moment that somebody comes out and tries to speak for disaffected young men. And I try to too as well. A lot of times, yes, I deviate and go down crazy paths of women acting badly and marriages not working out in divorce courts and laws, and because I just want guys to know to at least understand that, number one, there's a lot of men in the same boat that you're in. A lot of guys are in the same boat that you're in. You're not alone in this. As a matter of fact, almost all men go through feeling kind of unwanted and disregarded at sometimes large points of their life. And number two, no matter how much they tell you that they want you to be emotional or in touch, or you should support feminism, or poly is okay and having poly relationships is okay, it's not. It's not. You need to be able to find your own path and fight your way all the way to the end. And it's not always a fight. Let's be honest. There's lots of good things out there, but you're going to encounter people like this throughout your life that are going to tell you one thing, and they're going to tell you how to act and how to believe and how to behave and how to think. And then when you fall in with them, the minute that you slightly deviate from their expectations of you, despite them telling you to be emotional, they will chop you up and spit you out.